The company says enterprise AI represents a $26.5 trillion opportunity. But can Grok actually win corporate customers? One of the few companies putting it to work is Gopuff, which built its new AI shopping assistant on xAI's models. Joining us now is Gopuff CEO Rafael Ilishayev. It's a great case study, right? I think a lot of people read the prospectus and were like, okay, the future of SpaceXAI is enterprise AI, but they have struggled a little to get people to use the models in a meaningful way. You are. Just explain the basics of the relationship and what you've actually done with the technology.
Yeah, Ed, Caroline, thank you so much for having me. So over the last 13 years, Gopuff has built infrastructure to be the fastest and most affordable player in delivery. And our partnership with SpaceX and the product that we co-developed called Go solves the final friction point that we really had, which is the consumer shopping experience. So we thought about this differently than I think a lot of other folks. And it's not just an LLM wrapper that's built within our app, but in fact, it's a co-developed experience where it's a whole new consumer product where you could shop via voice, you could talk to it, and have total conversation like you would have with your best friend. Go will build your cart, so if it knows enough about you, it'll actually develop and build the whole cart. And it has this TikTok-style scrolling experience where you can scroll and discover new products that are hyper-personalized and cared for you.
Yeah.
So this is a whole new experience that we co-developed together with SpaceX over the last year.
And Rafael, what's interesting is when you're using data from X, you'll know that I'm all in on the Knicks in 5 game on Saturday, and suddenly I'm being offered chicken wings, or I'm being offered chips, or whatever it might be, because I'm ordering Gopuff on that moment on the Saturday. But from actually embedding within X and within Grok, did you push away other relationships? Did you decide, no thanks OpenAI, no thanks Anthropic? Did you look at doing it with competitors?
You know, this kind of relationship that we had and the kind of product that we wanted to build, this wasn't just a plug and play that we could have done with anyone. So we looked for folks that had the right technology, and SpaceX has amongst the best technology, both for voice and imagine, and a partner that was willing to co-develop this whole new consumer shopping experience for us. So, this was a long, 10, 11-month process that we co-developed together with a partner that was willing to work with us, even as early as this morning, talking with our engineers and co-developing this thing together to make it even better. So we were looking for a partner that had the right technology, which SpaceX is, I think, cutting edge and the best, both in voice and in image generation, and a partner that was willing to co-develop this new product together.
Could you talk a little bit about how the economics of it work? Like, how does xAI price things with you? It sounds also a bit like you get good access to the forward deployed engineers, like daily access. All of that is a big factor right now because everyone is counting the cost of tokens.
Yeah. So it's a strategic relationship that we built together with SpaceXAI from day one. And the way that we thought about the scaling is we wanted a provider that can provide, a super high quality product, both across voice and image, and is arguably the lowest cost provider. So we built a relationship that scales.
They are the lowest cost provider? You benchmarked against OpenAI and Anthropic on the cost as well?
Yeah, we looked at a lot of players when we did this, and cost was one of the factors here. But the quality of the product and the willingness to co-develop this together, all of that kind of gave us a lot of confidence to work together with SpaceX. And I think the product kind of speaks for itself. If you play with it, I think it's second to none from a consumer AI experience.
I mean, Rafael, there's interesting reporting out. Over at Wall Street Journal, for example, there's a thought that OpenAI might be doing some drastic price cuts, in particular, basically the cost of its product. People who have been wonderfully token maxing are suddenly realizing how expensive that is, and they want to do that perhaps ahead of competitors like Anthropic. Are you seeing return on such AI investment? Is it really driving growth for the business?
You know, we're a week in to Go launching, and I'll tell you, a lot of the consumer metrics really early on are great. You know, basket size is up, and frequency within the first week is up. But what's even more special is the kind of conversations that our consumers are having with Go. You know, we saw a conversation earlier today with the mom saying, "Hey, my kid is sick. Can you help me?" Or a conversation a few days ago with someone asking, "Hey, I'm hosting a barbecue for 6 people. Go, can you help me?" And that kind of relationship that we're building with the customer is kind of very special. And I think those kind of relationships are the ones that are going to win and lead to ultimately better KPIs across the board.